Hello, Silent Meow. You didn't give your name on your profile, and I didn't see it. I watched one other video of yours so far. Is the one on your communication, um, and you didn't give your name in there that I saw either. So I don't know your name, um, except it seems to be Miss Bags. Um, first things first. If you could slow down your speech synthesizer just a little bit, it would make it easier for me to understand. The text alongside it was fine, but I prefer to listen to that because that is your method of speech. So there were some things that I had to go back and listen to again. I can understand it generally pretty well, but it was a little bit too fast, and there were a few things I missed. So if you could slow that down just a little bit, that would make it easier for me to understand. Okay. You mentioned there not being people with mental disabilities in my high school. No, we did not have anyone with autism. My experience with people with autism is extremely limited. I know very little about it. The only thing I know is that y'all perceive the world differently than the rest of us. The way it was explained to me at one point regarded vision, and that people with autism, and I don't know if this is correct or not, people with autism will focus in on details that the rest of us don't even pay attention to, and become absorbed in those details, and that's why they seem like they're out of it. I've never thought that people with autism can't think, or are unintelligent, or are non-people, as you mentioned in that my communication video, even before my own disability. I've got a friend of mine with an autistic son, and he is institutionalized. So I don't. He's got autism very severely, so I don't have but one or two occasions where I've had an interaction with him, but you could see the mind working. It was just working in a way that was incomprehensible to me personally. Anyway, let's see. I wrote down some notes here on your thing. As far as bearing with you, don't worry about that. I will bear with you all day. That's not a problem. Nonverbal cues. Yeah, that's the problem with the speech, with the synthesized speech thing. I did play with the synthesized speech software years and years ago, and one of the things I was trying to do was figure out how to put inflection in there. And yeah, it's real difficult, but I did learn a little trick. It splits the sentences up and stuff, but you can use unless the software's changed, or you're using a different software. Well, you're obviously using a different software package than I was, because I was using an Amiga at the time. But I could get some inflection in there by using combinations of punctuation marks. A question mark and an exclamation point would give a different inflection than just a question mark or just an exclamation point. I don't know if your software will allow you to do that or not, but that might be something to play with. Other than that, you're going to have to deal with nonverbal cues the same way that people in text-only forums deal with it. You can type in in your computer, ha ha ha, for example, when you're joking, or if you're angry, you can say outright, I am angry, you know. If you're being sarcastic or you're just kidding, you can say just kidding, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, you got to deal with that. You made a very, very good point as far as there being no adjustment with disabilities from birth. I hadn't even looked at it from that perspective, but you're absolutely right in that there is no adjustment because that's normal. From your point of view, that's the way you grew up. So it's not an adjustment. So yeah, thank you. That's an excellent point, and thank you for correcting me on that. Now, as far as mentally disabled people in high school, no, we did not have any autistic people in my high school. We did have some retarded kids, though. And no, back then it wasn't politically incorrect to call them retarded. I guess now it's intellectually challenged or something like that, but one of the things is that your profile doesn't say how old you are, or if it does, I missed it. But you look like you're quite a bit younger than I am, and it may be that things changed, or just the area that you went to high school in, you know, may have even been that particular high school. My mom was a school teacher, so I do know that even in the same area you can have total differences between one school and another, depending on, for example, the principal and the administrative staff and their attitudes and that sort of thing. Nobody messed with the retarded kids in my high school. If they did, they caught hell from everybody. We looked after, you know, and it was a big high school. Like I've said before, it was 5,000 students or so. But we looked after the people that needed a little extra looking after to protect them from the bullies. Now, the regular kids, I got bullied, you know. We didn't get that kind of extra protection, but the kids that were retarded, nobody dared mess with them. They didn't have a lot of friends because they were hard to communicate with, and yeah, that's ostracization. But no, they weren't picked on. Again, different area, different school, different era. You know, I mean, to be honest, there's a lot less respect for individuals these days than there used to be. Let's see, walking on eggshells around you, that's not something you got to worry about with me. What you do have to do with me is educate me. Okay? I'll watch the rest of your videos over the course of the next couple of days, but as I say, I know next to nothing about autism. I don't know how y'all perceive the world. I can't understand from that one video how important the tactile sensory input is. So I've got a clue there. But here's something interesting. Now, my paraplegia is not complete, which means the spinal cord is not cut. So I could feel. it's not normal sensation. It kind of fades out at the level of injury and then turns patchy. There's different types of sensation: pinprick, pressure, heat, cold, etc. And if you were to color each of these different types of sensation a different brown or green or gray, or that sort of thing, basically I'd and then color those patches, I'd turn camouflage, like a camouflage uniform. The when you get down to my waist. But as far as impressions people get, I can understand that to an extent, and I emphasize to an extent because I've got pretty severe spasticity, and I'll have my legs jump out and start bouncing around all of a sudden, and people think it's something up here, and it's not. It's got nothing to do with my brain at all. It's a totally autonomic reflexive reaction of my body that is not under the control of my brain. So, because of the spinal cord injury. So, but you're going to have to help me understand how you perceive the world, and I'm very interested in this, and how things like feeling the magazine on your face, or if you were smelling it, or what that was all about, what that sensation was. But what I was going to mention is, since I was paralyzed, one of the things I do when I'm taking a bath invariably is it's weird, parts of my there's portions where I can't feel anything, and then there's other places where it's turned super duper hypersensitive. For example, in one area on my left ankle, on a bad day, even air blowing over it feels like somebody scrubbing an open wound with sandpaper. But when I'm in my nice warm bath, one of the things I invariably do is I take my hands and I swish water up behind me, and create waves underneath the water, but create waves of water up my back, because I can feel those waves traveling up my back, and it's a real pleasant tactile sensation. So I think I can understand that to an extremely limited degree, but I would appreciate you helping me to understand that more. Now, I'm going to be posting this both here on YouTube and over on live video. This is the first I've even known about you. And I have to imagine that you have been one of the targets of these griefers that like to pick on folks like Goth Reaper and anybody that's got a perceived weakness. And live video, I think, for you would be a pleasant change of pace, because even though you're not made of glass and you're not going to break, that kind of harassment isn't any fun. And they have got, from everything that I've heard and from what I've seen, man, if they find a hater over there, he's gone just like that. Okay. Whereas YouTube, they basically ignore them. They don't do anything about them. So if you go to livevideo.com and create an account there, my name is the same there as it is here. If you want to, you can go over there and create an account, and please contact me and put me on your friends list, and and we can subscribe to each other, and I think that would be a more stress-free environment for you to post your videos at. You can always post them in both places, of course, just like I'm doing for the time being, waiting to see if YouTube gets its act together. But thank you very, very much for contacting me. I really look forward to learning from you about autism. I really honestly didn't even think about it when I was discussing these disabilities and such. Autism never crossed my mind. And I am extremely ignorant on the issue and the issues and the various problems that autistic people deal with, as well as I say, how y'all perceive the world and so on and so forth. But please don't assume that all of us think that you are brainless vegetables that are just, you know, non-people. I understand fully. I don't understand autism, but I do understand fully that the brain is functioning. It's just working in a different way, and the perceptions are different than the rest of the population. So, again, thank you very much, and I look forward to learning more about autism from you, and I'll be watching, like I say, the rest of your videos over the next few days, and I hope to see you over on live video. I'm not trying to get you to defect or anything. It's like I say, I think you'd find that a much less stressful environment. Haters don't have they've got about a lifespan of a snowball in hell over there. So that's up to you, though. I'll be happy to talk with you in either place, here or there. Although the way things are looking at the moment, it's likely that I'm going to end up abandoning YouTube and ending up over on live video eventually. I'm willing to give YouTube a chance to fix their stuff, but it just seems like it's getting worse and worse. And live video, everything works like a charm, man. You know, you click things once and it works. So anyway, I look forward to talking to you again, and it's nice to meet you. So, being as I don't know your name, Miss Silent Meow, I will holler at you later, and I hope you have a good day. Take it light.